Respected friends, Shrotas, welcome you all with all my gratitudes as well as lots of wishes and prayers with great congratulations for you that in such a world of so much of tamas and rajas, you are trying to involve in those activities which need sattva guna and which give sattva guna. Very appreciable thing it is. Great thing it is, not an overnight achievement it is. It is just a slow, steady process of evolution and growth. Recognize it, stick to it continuously, and so many of odds will be there all around, outside, within, to obstruct us from this path. Yet, it is our all around performance with conviction which should keep us on this path till we reach the ultimate goal. लोकसेवक धर्मस्थापक विरागी भक्त शिष्य मुमुक्षु जिज्ञासु श्रोता साधक परिश्रमी प्रेरित प्रशांत गंभीर संस्कृत भाषा ज्ञाता गुरु उपासक दैव उपासक मननकर्ता चिंतनकर्ता निधिध्यासनकर्ता अनुभवी. These are the Vyaktitwas we are aiming at to gain and develop as a result of our these efforts. And through these efforts, Shruti Mata's Krupa, Guru Parampara Krupa, Sakala Devata Gada Krupa, Jaganmatru Shakti Swarupani Krupa, Ishta Devata or Ishvara Krupa, as well as Parabrahma Krupanugraha, we are trying to invoke. As much we become conscious towards all these things as frequently as we can, to that extent, helped by them along with our own efforts, there is definitely the achievement of what we have to achieve. So let us study like every day our Upanishad, Shwethashwathara, second Adhyaya we are seeing here. In this, we are into the 14th, 15th mantras, wherein if someone is receiving guidance from the gurus and following it and doing the yoga sadhana of all the three, weaning away from the world, detaching from the upadhis, and tuning to the self, and even achieved it. How he expresses himself at the grasa upadhi level and inside. How is the anubhuti of the Gnani, Shruti Mata, and Bhashyakara are trying to explain to us to inspire us. That beautiful portion we are in our study today. Narayana. Yes, 14th mantra we have seen. 15th we have tried to see yesterday. 15th we have to study. Let us do our Vedic Shanti mantra as our dhyana abhyasa. Then little of common sense thought, prarthana sankalpa, Upanishad mantra ucharana, Upanishad mantra adhyena with bhashya. Om Dhuvatarutāyate madhuksharanti sindha madhvirna santoshadhihi madhunaktamutoshasi madhumatparthivagum rajaha मधुद्यौरस्तु नः पिता मधुमान्नो वनस्पतिर्मधुमागुम् अस्तु सूर्यः माध्वीर्गावो भवन्तु नः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ मधुवातारुतायते मधुक्षरन्ति सिन्धवः माध्वीर्नः सन्तोषधीः मधुनक्तमुतोषसि मधुमत्पार्थिवगुं रजः मधुद्यौरस्तु नः पिता मधुमान्नो वनस्पतिर्मधुमागुम् अस्तु सूर्यः माध्वीर्गावो भवन्तु नः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ मधुवातारुतायते मधुक्षरन्ति सिन्धवः माध्वीर्नः सन्तोषधीः मधुनक्तमुतोषसि मधुमत्पार्थिवगुं रजः मधुद्यौरस्तु नः पिता मधुमान्नो वनस्पतिर्मधुमागुम् अस्तु सूर्यः माध्वीर्गावो भवन्तु नः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ मधुवातारुतायते मधुक्षरन्ति सिन्धवः माध्वीर्नः सन्तोषधीः मधुनक्तमुतोषमत्पार्थिवगुं रजः मधुद्यौरस्तु नः पिता मधुमान्नो वनस्पतिर्मधुमागुम् अस्तु सूर्यः माध्वीर्गावो भवन्तु नः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ मधुवातारुतायते मधु क्षरन्ति सिन्धवः माध्वीर्नः सन्तोषधीः मधुनक्तमुतोषसि मधुमत्पार्थिवगुं रजः मधुद्यौरस्तु नः पिता मधुमान्नो वनस्पतिर्मधुमागुम् अस्तु सूर्यः माध्वीर्गावो भवन्तु नः ॐ शान्तिः 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 Friends, short, precise, common sense thought for the day is somehow or the other, anyhow or the other, or everyhow. Let us reach to a point of conviction in our intellects that I must reach the truth. I must, I must embrace the truth. I must realize the true self. Somehow we have to reach to it. That is the basic. Look into the hearts. Is it happening or not? And that should be sustainingly there, consistently there. Paramatma Prapti Ichha, Atmanubhava Ichha, Shubhecha. Somehow it comes but goes away, and we all know the reasons. For many, it doesn't even come. So, for us, at least when we are in the class, because of the Mahima of the Atmanubhuti, we are repeatedly told in the Shastra, we just feel like, yes, I can go for it or try for it. But somehow that slips away. So, like they say, any wood or rod is put in earth and shaken and seen that it is strong, firm, on that only any other thing is tied. In the same way, deeply in our heart, Icha, we have to make it very, very strong. With that, we will be making the Paramatma, the Guru, Shastra tuned towards us. In the sense, favorable towards us. Because the universe works in what way? Whichever we are wanting, that turns towards us. So we are wanting Paramatma. So Paramatma giving Word, Guru, and Shastras. They are pleased. They feel okay. This Jiva is intellectually evolved to know the importance of the self and he is seeking it. So they start looking at us. Their favor comes to us. Their loving, kind, what's called concern for us starts happening. It is the other way around also. The one who is so much interested in Paramatma Prapti, and these three are favorable to him. Somehow, if that Ichha for Paramatma is gone, whatever reason, we can see from that person's life, first the Shastra goes away, then the Guru goes away, then the Lord also goes away. ये दिखता है आपको दुनिया में लोगों को देखो and look into our own life also. You know, when we have that knowledge, desire for the self, you are in the class. Because we are in the class, the Shastra is coming to us, the Guru Parampara is teaching us, the divine benign blessing also is there. Go out, all these three are gone. First point is this one. Second is what? Anything other than the Paramatma Prapti, we should slowly get out of our desire for them. So, from this, only I want the world, nothing like God. And many of the people are in this mood. Mainly, I want the world only. By the way, if the God also comes and fits into my scheme without disturbing me, chalo, unko bhi aane dete. Many people are in this attitude. ठीक है ना? These are all people who come under obligation, under any type of feelings to the satsangas. ठीक है बुला रहे चलो जाते. But their mind is mostly for परमात्मा के लिए नहीं होता, for the worldly. Some people have half this, half that. Such people seriously do spirituality, seriously do samsara. Okay state, but not the best ultimate. Ultimate is this only. What do you want? Paramatma. How much is your want for Paramatma? So much infinite. What about the world? How much of the world you want? No, I don't want. Little bit at least, no. Thoda to le lo. Nothing doing. To that state we have to reach to. When from the world I want nothing, or other than Paramatma I want nothing, when that is achieved, then there is a chance, lot of chance for us to free ourselves from the ownership identity clutches of our upadhis. Because when do the upadhis become activated, dynamized, or binding to us is only when we want that which is experienceable through. Like in tongue becomes active when there is a desire for the tastes. When the desire for the taste is gone, the tongue won't trouble us. So, by keeping away everything other than Paramatma, our upadhis will be freed, relaxed. Indriyas, mainly the मन मन में चिंता नहीं होगा अभी क्योंकि चाहिए ही नहीं है तो चिंता क्यों. Isn't it? There are some people twice thrice a day food is given at home by wife or anybody, they're happy with it. Okay, throughout the day their tongue never craves for anything, therefore they are not worried by the tongue. पड़े रहते हैं सारे चीजें और क्या, no nothing to worry. The tongue will, because he doesn't want, हो गया जीने के लिए खाना है खा लिया. In the same way they may TV वो है पढ़ा है but I am not interested, then the eye is not agitated and mind through the eye want to see that this agitation is not there. And is it not essential that we keep away the objects so that the upadhis are not so much disturbing? Then only our first main desire of Paramatma Prapti we can successfully pursue. सबके लिए वही होता है. There is no question of what we are, etc. It doesn't make any difference. That's why right from the beginning we are told to develop our Shubhecha. Same time remove all the Ashubha Ichhas. Shubhecha is Ichha for the Shubha giving Paramatma. Ashubha Ichha is Ichha for those things which give the Ashubha called as samsara, dukkha, janma, marana, ityadi. So we have to see to it that these things happen in us. Third one is what? From the worldly people. Is, very interesting, very important. Slowly, we should not expect anything. Reduce, reduce, reduce. Then they're all negative, powerful thoughts towards us, which without our conscious awareness disturb our psyche, disturb our peace, disturb our commitment for the truth, disturb our efforts for the truth. They will go away. है ना? अब देखो, your son or anybody is in some other country, 1,000 kilometers, 3,000, 5,000 kilometers away. You expect a call from them. We expected the call. We don't know what is the situation there, whether they are in the flight or in the hotel or in a program. We don't know what we expect. But with that expectation, 3,000 kilometers away here, is not our mind disturbed for that moment, distracted from our sadhana? An example, any of the example. When the expectations are reduced, our minds get disturbed. This I gave you the example of distance. वो डिस्टेंस में नहीं है, proximity में भी है, isn't it? Physically you are able to see. That time also, when our wants are there from them, they don't like. Nobody likes to help us, serve us if the relations are not very good or healthy. When there is love, सब चलता है. But then otherwise, you can see in your grandchildren also. उसको थोड़ा काम दे दो, वो अपने मूड में होता है ना? तो फिर वो उसको फिर चिंता हो जाती है, व्हाई आई एम कॉल्ड फॉर दिस करके. Spiritual sadhaka need to be sensitive about all these also. You do your work. If not, leave it. That way, this in fact, slowly leads to the inner vairagya, inner sannyas. दो चीजें, मैं किसी पे टेस्ट डिपेंड नहीं हूँ. जो कुछ भी चाहिए उसमें मिनिमम मैं अपने आप कर लेता हूँ. सो दिस इज संन्यास लक्षण. It doesn't depend on anybody for anything. Whatever minimum required for his survival, he does. हो गया. So that way, minimize, minimize, minimize at a level that even if they want to give, we will not take. Wonderful thought it is. It is helpful. This maturity. Not knowing this, we make many demands in our own mind and we cannot fulfill them. We depend on others and they have all the angers and grudges, etc. towards us. Even the servant whom you are paying, still beyond a limit, if he is also tortured or taxed or troubled, उस जीव के भी वृत्तियां हमको डिस्टर्ब करते हैं. साधक को ना, our inner personality should not be disturbed. I am steadily trying to focus on studying the Upanishads, understanding the truth, trying to tune to the truth. Suddenly कहीं ना कहीं कोई थॉट आकर डिस्टर्ब करता है. और कहाँ से आया वो? This somebody has sent. From whom? We had a lot of expectations beyond requirement and we have insisted them. They didn't like it. Like we are now thinking about someone, somebody also, that body also thinking about us. अभी तो चाय पिया फिर से मांग रहा है. They will say that. In the mind they say, not outside. अभी तो सेवा किया फिर से क्यों बुला रहे? These are all very important sensitive things. That is why only Paramatma Prapti, other things I don't want at all. Therefore, I don't ask anybody. And then the fourth point is what? Towards everyone, when we have the goodwill, towards everyone, when we have that pure, uncontaminated, ego and expectation less love, towards everyone when we have, that they should be also happy. They should be happy. Come what may. Whichever that person may be. देखो हम जैसे भी हो हम, do we love to be miserable? We want to be happy and that is everybody's inner deep desire. Even if a person a criminal है कुछ भी हो, सबको खुश होने का हक है. बस because of some reasons he is doing wrong. It's okay, that is his thing. But we are sadhakas, we are not telling that ये चोरी करके खुश हो जाए ना. That is not correct. We are saying ये खुश रहे, है ना. And obviously the rule is what? Person who is pious, who is pure, who is value oriented, he alone will be happy. But this thought of ours turns them to be good. But his enemy, to he and hates you and all. How can you expect or pray for that person's happiness? Arre, that is what is the meaning of sadhak. But he's troubling you only. That is different issue. I don't want to mix up these two things. I'll tackle it this different way. I have my kshama gunam. I have my wisdom that it is prarabdha, and I know Lord is sending all these tests for me to get more and more detached, more and more stable, more and more strong. है ना. He wants me to rely on him more and more. देखो उसका अलग पर्पस. Why somebody disturbs me, insults me, troubles me, उसको. But from my side, I want. In fact, the most difficulties dukkha giving person, we must have more prayers for that person's happiness. Because he's so dukhi that he's spreading that dukkha to you. you know, very bad example I am giving. Don't mistake it. Like so many dogs in the street. They have, they when they bite, the rabies hota hai. In big countries, what they do, they catch all those dogs and they give some injection so that to pray for them with love that they must be happy. Come what may. And we told you the sutra for happiness is only dharma. Sutra for happiness is only prema. Sutra for happiness is only seva. Sutra for happiness is only Paramatma. So this one desire of ours or prayer of ours that that person should be happy. You understand? Will mold that person towards these positive things. Not knowing this little subtle secret. You know what we do? This fellow is troubling me, so he should also suffer. Oh, how anybody suffers? Only by negativities. And those negativities, they experiment on us only. See the subtle thing, how it happens. ये मेरे को गुस्सा करता है दुखी, वो भी दुखी हो जाए. और कैसे दुखी होगा बंदा? By troubling you only because you are the nearest easily available fellow. And then thirdly, what? Our love for them, our prayers that they should be happy, and practically also doing something silently. I have seen this art in many people. They don't bother what is our other fellow is. बस उसको टाइम को पानी चाहिए, पानी दे दिया. खाने के टाइम पे टेबल पे प्लेट चाहिए, प्लेट रख दी. This is my gesture of love. That's it. Without claiming, without any ego, without any expectation. Naturally. हाँ, ठीक है. You may be considering me as enemy, but we are closely related. So I just have time. I can do this for you. कर दिया. These things of service, love, prayer that the other person should be happy becomes a very strong kavacha towards around us, which is very essential. Shield. With that shield, even if that person knowingly, unknowingly, deliberately, or ignorantly do something to disturb us in our mind, this our love for them that blocks it. ये आंख को नहीं दिखता है. That won't reach you. In many ways, it gives you such a wisdom at that time not to react negatively and get disturbed. देखो गुस्सा किया मानो तो मेरे को गुस्सा करता है, सो दैट मीन यू डोंट हैव अ कवच अराउंड. कवच है तो उसका ऐसा माइंड में होता है, अच्छा गुस्सा कर रहे हो तो यू मस्ट बी हैविंग सम स्टमक पेन और हेडेक और सम अदर डिस्टर्बेंस, सो लेट मी नॉट रिएक्ट, लेट मी फॉरगिव. है ना. If the other person is angry, you are also angry, then it becomes chaos, isn't it? The people's pressures of so many types, Bhagwan makes them neutralized by sending some wise people with all these knowledges and patience. They just observe all. That's what Puja Gurudev says. Receive the heat and give the light from the world. Receive the heat, but give the light only outside. Light and love and service. We are sadhakas, underline this point. We are supposed to tolerate all that. We are supposed to give that selfless prema. If we also react like them, then we are worse than them because they don't have spiritual knowledge. Therefore, they are behaving like that. With our spiritual knowledge and goal also, if we behave like them, then we are worse than them. फिर हम अपने शास्त्रों को साधना को गुरुओं को इंसल्ट कर रहे हैं. They are very subtle things. So have a shield around you. Love all. Remember anyone? Love. But that person is bad. That's not my business. He should be happy. Whoever he may, that person should be safe, secured. A wise person does this. What is the wise person doing? Whoever are disturbing him so much, them he gives importance. Like Tulsidas in Ramayana. First he does namaskar to Khala Vandana. Then he does to the good people. Even in mother also, if three children are there, one is stupid fellow angry. पहले उसको खिलाओ, गधे को चुप करो. Then she gives to others. In the same way, whoever are disturbing us, first cater to him in the mind. May you be happy. Then, देखो, your own heart becomes halka pulka at that very moment. You know that requires egolessness. That is a goal of spirituality also. So why you have to be an egoistic person that you have to retaliate and you have to fight and bite? अरे इतना तो बाहर आना चाहिए उसमें से. You're a small individual in this world sent by the Lord to reach Him, and in the meantime, or meanwhile, or through loving all, serving all. To me, these people are there around. याद रखो, not only in the family it is, in anything, in the relative circle, कुछ होते हैं. And people when they are employed somewhere working, वहाँ भी ऐसे होता है माहौल. You are a boss, therefore, five subordinates, they don't work well. You yourself are subordinate, well, working well, but somehow the boss doesn't like you. अब इसका जवाब नहीं होता क्यों है. भाई तो मैं टाइम पे आ रहा हूँ, मैं सब कर रहा हूँ, बट फिर भी वो मेरे से क्यों ऐसे गुस्सा करता है. To this question there is no answer, but to this problem there is a solution. Solution is उस बॉस का फोटो लगा सामने, उसको देख, प्यार से कहो भैया तुम्हारा मन तबीयत सब ठीक रहे, तुम खुश रहो. You see in 1 week's time that boss will change. He will not trouble you. He will reduce it. So this is how we try to sort out the things grossly and outside. No, they have to be sorted out subtly and inside through these processes. They are very effective. The two effectivenesses are what? One, the outer problems get sorted out. Second, we are becoming a decent personality. We are becoming a loving personality. We are becoming a saintly person. Saint तो ही होते हैं ना. Saint जन्म नहीं होते हैं जन्म saints का, वो बनते हैं. बनने का this is a process. Others don't understand. But why are you still praying for your boss? He's such an angry fellow. He has troubled you so many times. You tell, but the other fellow will not understand. You will not tell. I say, bus, I love him. That's it. So this secret we don't know. What we do is we love, over love the stupid fellows whom we love till they hate us. And we keep on hating those who hate us so that they never love us. ये तरीका काम नहीं करता है. जो लव कर रहे हैं उसको दूर रख, सो दैट द प्यार रिमेन्स इंटैक्ट. जो हेट कर रहा है उसको इतना प्यार दे दो कि वो हेट्रेड कम हो जाएगा. Be practical in doing this rather than worried about, but why this problem, but why this problem, why are you running out of problems? Attend to solution. समाधान के ऊपर दृष्टि रखो ना, क्यों समस्या को पकड़ के रखते हो. So this is how we have to help ourselves. First, certain Paramatma is the goal. With that, Guru, Shastra, Paramatma should become favorable to us. Second, other than that, I want nothing. With this attitude, upatis come under our control. Third, don't expect anything from the people around. Thus, their negativities will not come to us. We become a cause when we expect something from them, cause for them to be negative towards us. वो खत्म हो गया. Second, from their side, they want to be negative towards us. For that, the remedy is your love for them, your seva for them, your prayers that they should be fine. That becomes a kavacha. Then it will shield, even if they send negative thoughts. Slowly, slowly, that also gets reduced. What we want in life, something for survival. Nobody should disturb our peace of mind. Nobody should disturb our sadhana. And we should engage in our sadhana knowingly. That's it. अब चलते रहो, कोई मुश्किल नहीं है. ओम 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 सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं वदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान्नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्. ॐ जगतीमवितुं गलिताकृतयो विचरन्ति महामहसच्चलतः अहिमां श्रीवात्र विभासि गुरो भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्. ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम्. एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि. ओम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः. श्री श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदाचार्येभ्यो नमः. अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपया उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणेतिहास संतवाङ्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थम तत्रोक्त ऋषिमुनि गुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहनुभव प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां मोक्षाणां गुरुशिष्य भक्त भगवत् परम्परादीनां पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शांति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम अस्मिन् सनातन धर्म संस्थापने कंकणबद्ध अस्माकं स सर्वेषां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिवकृष्णादि समस्त मंदिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्यदिव्यक्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालय भूभागादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापना उपासना यज्ञयाग साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रूणां शाश्वत रूपेण समूल निर्मूलनार्थं भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृतेः सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थं विश्वे मोक्ष धर्म पुरुषार्थ प्रतिष्ठा द्वारा विश्व संरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सर्वेषां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवद् देवता गुरु शास्त्र सत्संग साधना सेवा माता पितृ देश धर्म सनातन धर्म भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थम वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. ओम नित्यानंदं निराधारं निखिलाधारम् अव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्. ओम सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः पारायणम्. Do the parayana of these two mantras 16 और 17. ओम एषः देवः प्रदिशोऽनु सर्वाः पूर्वो ह जातः स उगर्भे अन्तः स एव जातः स जनिष्यमाणः प्रत्यङ्जनान् तिष्ठति सर्वतोमुखः यो देवो अग्नौ यो अप्सु यो विश्वं भुवनमाविवेश य ओषधीषु यो वनस्पतिषु तस्मै देवाय नमो नमः. Friends, 14th mantra was so good. यथैव बिम्बं हृदयोपलिप्तं तेजोमयं भ्राजते तत्सुधान्तं तद्वात्मतत्त्वं प्रसमीक्ष्य देहि एकः कृतार्थो भवते वीतशोकः. Such a pregnant shloka it is, with so many beautiful things directly said, indirectly hinted as the fill up the blanks to be filled up. First, the example is given. There is a bimbam, mridaya upaliptam. Some material is there, metal material, metallic idol, something. Bimba means murti. Ganesha bimba, Rama bimba, made out of gold or silver. Mridaya upaliptam, mud or something has covered it. Then that one is done what? Sudhantam. Very well, it is washed. When then it bhrajate, tejomayena bhrajate. Feel that example. A rusted, very, oxidated some of the materials, necklace वगैरह होते हैं कोई भी. Then it is being treated with whatever the indigenous or the chemical processes to clean. Once that's cleaned, how neat and clean looks, beautiful. उन दिनों में most of the time spent in puja, so the vigrahas, cleaning them, वही होता था, इसलिए वो example, and that is sacred example. The other examples are what? Your own car, so much dirty, you clean it, looks good. Your own clothes, dirty, wash and iron them, they look good. Your own windows in the house, because the rain and dust, they got dusted properly with paper and all, you cleaned it, looks beautiful. Any example. मृदया उपलिप्तं बिंबम यथा भ्राजते तेजोमयम भ्राजते सुधांतम. This is the example. In the same way, the Sudhantam is done through the yoga of whatever was taught in the earlier entire chapter, even the earlier chapter also. So here, Sutrakara or the Shruti Mata is not telling that उसी तरह तुम भी योग करो, योग करना is Sudhantam or Vashi. Instead, it is taken for granted that you are told and you have understood. That's why direct it's not said that, therefore you also should wash your antakarna with yoga sadhana. It is meant. So the Shruti Mata is saving one line. We expecting we us to be intelligent. तो एग्जाम्पल दिया ना तुमको, हाँ अब समझो उस एग्जाम्पल से. उसका अर्थ क्या है? इवन आई ऑल्सो हैव टू वॉश my own pure inner self covered by all the dirt of ajnana, moha, upadhi tadatmya, raga dveshadi durguna, samsarika jivana. So they all have to be washed away by the yoga sadhana. That is not said, that is what is meant. Directly the mantra says, Tadva Atma Tattvam Prasamikshya. In the same way, having seen the pure self as it is, having seen the bimba pure, bright as it is. How? By removing the dirt. How? By Sudhant. There also, having seen the self pure form, means what? By removing the impurities on that. How? By doing yoga sadhanas. So, Tadvatma Tattvam Prasamiksha Dehi. Here also that Atma Tattva is Bhrajate Tejaswarupa. Additions. When that self is realized, what will be his experience? These three words are बहुत important. We have discussed them yesterday, day before also. One is Ekaha. When he sees the self, he sees the one. Remember, in the one, there is no chance of any problem. In the two, there is only problem. You can see that in the Tatre Bhagavan's Bhagavata Katha, 11th Skanda, 5th or 6th chapter, or 8th or 9th chapter, when he was mentioning about 24 gurus, that story of that Kumarika girl, to see her for a bride, the people came. The same time, parents were not there at home. So she wanted to give them something. Then she started pounding, and she had lots of bangles in the hands. So they were making sound, and it was a little embarrassing. So she removed all, and two only she kept, and started pounding. Some powder bana ke usko hak to dena hai. Then even those two were making sound. She felt removed one by one. One. Only ek tha. When there was one, there was no sound. So this Bhagavan Dattatreya observed what he says: when there is two, there is noise. You see, for him that Kumarika became a guru who has made only one bangle, stay, removed other. And he writes there, in Eka there is a joy. Ekata is an effort to discover the oneness. Just like we put stupid efforts to discover the differences, and therefore on the basis of the difference we fight. है ना, हम इसमें माहिर है, PhD. Find differences and then fight on the basis of differences. है ना? Every one of us are sufficiently मूर्ख in this house, in this aspect. So, एकता को किसी भी कारण से फाइंड करना है. And final karana of ekata is realizing the self. Self is one in all. Here that is said. Dehi atma tattvam prasaviksha ekaha. So he has discovered that self. When the self was discovered, it was found to be one without second. Then the anekata is of the upadhis. That is superimposed. It is not real. So such person will not value the anekata which is based on the ignorance or delusion. He will only value the ekata of the substratum. Then all problems are in anekata. There's no problem in ekata. So therefore, eka is equal to no problem zone. To him from the world and to the world from him. Both. बहुत सुंदर बात है ना, एकहा. And then second one is krutartha. In that ekata there is prema. There is ananda. There is no dukkha at all. Is it not this krutarthata then? So he becomes krutartha. So seeing the self as one without second is krutarthata. Krutam, artham, krutartha. Krutam means done and achieved. Artha means the purushartha. Purushartha is chaturtha purushartha. Chaturtha purushartha is moksha. Therefore, krutartha is muktaha. कृतार्थता अर्थ क्या है? That चतुर्थ पुरुषार्थas, धर्मार्थ काम, and चतुर्थ is moksha. So ekaha, he discovers that oneness. Therefore, don't quarrel with anyone. He is always in that love, in that service, in that happiness, as we saw in our common sense thought also. कृतार्थ हो गया हो, फिर सारे बंधनों से मुक्त हो गया, मोक्ष. Therefore, when there is no bandhana of any sort, how can there be any misery? Therefore, he is Vita Shokaha. The goal of life is Shokarahitya. Eka bhavati, Krutartho bhavati, Vita Shokaha bhavati. Bhavati or bhavate. No. Here, one thing may not be so necessary, but definitely may be necessary. What is it is? Okay, Ekaha Krutartha Vita Shokaha, which is achieved through this process. So there may be many other processes. We'll go for that also. No, we have to understand is this is the only way for finding Shokarahitya, finding Kritartata. Don't have any option other than Atma Tattva Prasamiksha. Other than realizing the self, don't expect that in any other process or achievement there will be Kritartata and Vita Shokata. No, not possible. There's no second way. होता तो सारे उपनिषद वही लिखते, सारे गुरु वही बताते ना, हाँ बेटा आत्मज्ञान के अलावा भी तुम कृतार्थ वितशोक बन सकते हो. Do they have any grudges towards us or what? That we are involving in the samsara and enjoying the things, and they are missing it. Therefore, they say, "Tu chod sab, idhar aa jao." That's not that thing. Many a times in our life, as we saw the other day also, we try to look for alternatives. This is हो जाता है. Like you go to a shop. Best thing he has shown. और दूसरा भी देखा होगा. He becomes angry. He shows the last worst one. We always want to look at alternative. First you tell best, you show me, showed. ये best है ना, ठीक है, ले लो पैसे दे दो, हो गया. But we want to see alternative and all. That आदत here also. Guru, wonderful guru given to us by Lord, and we look for other guru. उनका दाढ़ी ज्यादा है, ये वो लंबे है, वो अच्छे बोलते हैं. We are studying Upanishad and we want some Ramayana. Ramayana भी नहीं बोलते, Ramayana. Ramayana means running behind women. रामायण बोलना चाहिए उसको. इन नॉर्थ एवरीबडी से रामायण रामायण. मैं तो कान बंद कर दो भैया. रामायण दीर्घ करो, रा बोलो ना. Isn't it? And one beautiful sadhanas are given to us. Do the manana chintanam atma vastu. नहीं नहीं और कुछ बताओ. Isn't it? वो और कुछ ही ये है भाई, इसके अलावा और कुछ नहीं है. When we tried every means to be happy, नहीं हुआ, then कुछ तो बताओ जिससे वो कुछ ही ये है. Therefore, to become Krutartha and Vitashoka, only technique is discovering Ek Atma Tattva. Now, is it not in every Upanishad? Same thing. And remember, between two Upanishads, thousands of years of gap is there. And the Guru is different, Shishya is different. It's not that like we are studying in 4 years all Upanishads that they were given. They're all different periods of history. See, even though history is different periods, but is not the theme same? Every Upanishad talks about the Atma Jnana. Even to the extent गीता है, देखो आप भगवत गीता, अर्जुना आस्किंग व्हाट युद्ध करो कि ना करो धर्म में. बट भगवान जो है पहले उनको आत्मज्ञान ही दिया कि नहीं. आत्मज्ञान इज लाइफ सेविंग ड्रग. फर्स्ट उसको दे दो. लाइफ फुलफिलिंग ऑल्सो इज बाय दैट ओनली. सी द काइंड वर्ड्स ऑफ श्रुति माता here. तद्वात्म तत्वं प्रसमीक्ष योगी एकः कृतार्थः भवते वीतशोकः भवते. So this knowledge, when will the day come that we take it seriously and then try for that Atma Darshana as sincerely as we have our breakfast, lunch, dinner, TV and cinema and sleep. इन चीजों को जितना महत्व देते हैं, उतना महत्व देने वाला दिन कब आएगा? Isn't it? Otherwise ऐसा का ऐसे ही रह जाता है. Like this we were doing from thousands of lives. The most important discovery of the self, giver of the moksha, वैसे ही रह जाता है. And all other things futile we do. This life also. वैसे ही अभी तक, even now we are listening shastras, but where are we taking it up seriously? ऐसे ही बीती जाए उमर यारे. Isn't it? So let us pray at this moment to our own the Lord in our own heart, and the Lord in various forms supporting universe. May we deeply understand and accept this thought that the Atma Jnana is the hetu for Kritarthata Vitashokata. May we pursue that and that alone to the exclusion of everything. O Lord, give me that inner paristiti, manastiti, give me that outer paristiti also, that I am pushed only towards this sadhana. है ना, प्रार्थना करें और खुद का भी अकल यूज करें. इजंट इट? अब एटलीस्ट 5% तो यूज करें ना अकल को. अभी इतना प्रेशर से यूज ही करते. नहीं तो बैठो, अपना पेन नोटबुक ले लो, लिख लो व्हाट आई एम डूइंग नाउ, हाउ माय डे इज वेस्टेड, व्हाट शुड बी द गोल, व्हाट आर द साधनास टू बी डन फॉर दैट, हाउ टू schedule them for the day and how to do them dedicatedly. ये हमने बुद्धि यूज नहीं किया. दूसरों का ही बुद्धि हम यूज कर रहे हैं और उनका बुद्धि केवल वर्ल्डली है, सांसारिक. व्हाट अबाउट योर बुद्धि? Only one question the Lord will ask after we die. I gave you buddhi, buddhu, you never used it. And you followed the buddhi of those buddhus who are always misusing that buddhi to justify samsara. But he was my husband, they are my. They were there for your duty performance, not to bind you in not using your buddhi for your own spiritual goal. अरे I never gave you. I gave you बुद्धि सबको जितना दिया तुमको भी दिया. वो misuse कर रहे and you are following their बुद्धि. What about yours? So our own sadbuddhi also we use and our own we do the prayers to the Paramatma. That let me be fully convinced that only the yogi who has done the prasamiksha of the Atma Tattvam that he is ekaha kritartha vitashokaha. So let me go for it exclusively. Entertain this thought. वेदांत में इस थॉट को वी हैव टू मेक पावरफुल strongest of the vasana and samskara. Like in the world, to whatever object we have strong vasana samskar, we become so restless till it is obtained. In the same way, we have to make our samskara prabala samskara for atma prapti. We have seen it in our yoga system, and again it will come. Samsara and Paramatma. Towards whichever of them the vasana palda is more, we will be tending towards that. Filhal, our vasana's power is for the world and worldliness. To keep a target of 5 years, 10 years. The next 10 years, my vasana samskara should be only for Paramatma, more and more. Then going to the Guru, going to the ashrama, studying the books, doing content. ये सब easy हो जाते, natural हो जाते. Like when we have desire samskara for the worldly things, even if it is सात समुंदर पार, we just get it by post, by this, that. कुछ करके उसको मंगा लेते हैं because our samskara or desire for it is very strong. So, एककृतार्थो भवते वीतशोकः तद्वा तत्त्वं प्रसमीक्ष्य योगी. Now see, when we read this, the yogi having realized the self, he will become one without second and he will become कृतार्थ and he will become वीतशोक. लगता है कि हमने पूरा बोल दिया और सुन लिया समझ लिया. No, the important thing is the पहले वाला. What is the पहले वाला? The example. That our self is covered by all impurities. They have to be washed by the yoga sadhanas. Like this bimbam is mrudaya upaliptam, and because of the sudhantam, it becomes bhrajate tejomaya. Example. So our now we have to ask question: why the self is not revealing to me? सेल्फ का सिद्धांत ज्ञान इज नॉट रिवीलिंग टू मी साधना में उत्साह प्रेरणा नहीं है ये दोनों नहीं तो हाउ कैन देयर बी अनुभव यू हैव टू आस्क सिद्धांत ज्ञान वेर इट हैपेंस इन द इंटेलेक्ट नो इंटेलेक्ट इज सोल्ड आउट टू शरीर इंद्रिय मन है ना no, that has to be purified that's called yoga sadhana then intellect has to be made more sharp subtler by the upasanas by listening to the guru and doing whatever he says with that shuddha buddhi then siddhanta jnana will come to us about the Brahman, about the nature of Brahman, about the Brahma, Upalabdhi Sthana and Brahma Prapti Sadhana. These are all intellectual knowledges which we have many times studied. That's what we are doing every day from last so many days. Upanishad में इसके अलावा और क्या बता रहे? But that intellectual knowledge, conviction will come when intellect is qualified for that. That will happen when it is freed from its slavery to Sharira, Prana, Indriya, Mana. These are all to be understood. Like a mechanic, when you take your car, कुछ गड़बड़ कर रहा है, he'll open the bonnet and he'll glance through all that. He listen from you what's the problem, then he just locates it and sees, अच्छा carburetor में ये कचरा है तो साफ कर. So do we have to browse through our own अंतःकरण कि where am I going wrong that sadhana is not happening. So we will discover these are the things. उसको rectify करो फिर. The biggest mistake is intellect is listening to mind and its cravings, senses and their cravings, body and its sleep. बुद्धि हमेशा सोच रहा है मैं किस तरह से बढ़िया से सो जाऊं। बुद्धि हमेशा सोचता है मैं इंद्रियों के लिए किस तरह से खुश करूं। बुद्धि ऑलवेज माइंड में जिस जिस व्यक्ति वस्तु के प्रति अटैचमेंट है, हाउ टू eke out something from those attachment. Buddha is engaged in that only. So these are all said in this mantra without saying. So we have to add all of. So a bimba dirty, cleaned and shining. The self covered by the so much of the ajnana vasanas. Through yoga sadhana, the impurities are removed. Then the bhrajate, the self reveals. And that is ekaha, and the achievement of it is kritartha. Result is no more shoka. एकः कृतार्थः वीतशोकः भवते. Okay, this is what was the beautiful mantra 54 सो 14 वाला. नौ द 15वां मंत्र को हम प्रवेश करते हैं. कथम ज्ञात्वा वीतशोको भवति इति आह. So what exactly is the nature of that knowledge when gained? There is no more शोक. कथम ज्ञात्वा, किस तरह से जानने से शोक नहीं रहेगा. कथम ज्ञात्वा, the self is known as what? Already here little bit said, Bhrajate Tejomayam. But that was given for the Udaharana example of the Bimba. Here about the self only it will be told. What way the self is understood as. That it gives the Dukkha Rahitya. Vita Shoko Bhavati. Katham Jnatva Vita Shoko Bhavati means which knowledge, which type of knowledge of the self. Self knowing as what? Self understood as what? Removes the shoka permanently. कथम ज्ञात्वा वीत शोको भवति, कैसे जानने से. लाइक एवरीथिंग, कैसा पकाने से चावल ठीक तरह पकता है ना. कथम कृत्वा द राइस ईटेबल भवति, है ना. ड्राइविंग, कथम ड्राइविंग कृत्वा वीत शोको भवति, सेफली रीच, किस तरह से. And we all also when the doctor writes the prescription, कथम, कैसे लेना चाहिए, वो खाने से पहले या बाद में, पानी के साथ या चाय के साथ. कथं स्वीकृत्य वीतशोको भवति. So doctors nowadays we don't know, but earlier वो कहते थे. They have all those things. थोड़ा शहद भी डालो या ये भी डालो, वो करो. Wonderfully that was. There also, in what way the knowing of self, knowledge of the self, frees one from शोक. अब देखो एक बात ना, ये शोक का भोज, आर यू फीलिंग इट और यू आर एग्जिटेटेड. स्वामी जी हमको शौक का इतना आदत हो गया, शौक का बहुत शौक है, इसलिए आपकी क्लास में बैठते. Some people are there, they'll be more miserable when they are happy, therefore they want to be miserable only. So I don't know, Swamiji, you are unnecessarily making me happy. I don't feel at home at all. If somebody says nahi nahi, I love my family and my friends who make me miserable. You are useless. How नए नए चीज दे रहे हो आप. What is meaning of happiness? How nice it was when in misery. Hmm. If somebody is in that mood of habits, of shoka, you know, you can't help it. But there's a beautiful life freed from all this mental agonies. Mental shoka is manasika durguna. मन का रोग है ना. That mental shoka means the agony, the pain, the frustration, the restlessnesses, the pressures. Why all of that in the mind? No need, no. Like people in poverty में, for even a daily roti also there is tension. कुछ भी खरीदना है, नया कपड़ा, नई उसी को सिलाई करो, there is no money. नया चप्पल, नई नई इसी को करो सिलाई. But imagine somebody who somehow earned some crores of rupees. With regard to all these things, will he be any way worried about? Why he should suffer? Earn money and be comfortable, no? Why suffer? So to at the mind level. Earn the wisdom, get the knowledge, and free from this misery for everything. शोक, शरीर ठीक नहीं, शोक. भोजन ठीक नहीं मिलता, शोक. Everything we are miserable, and we are more miserable for the people, because of people. It is not required at all. Vita shoka bhavati. Aha, wonderful. Now, katham jnatva vita shoko bhavati iti aha. Chant the 15 mantra 3 times. Yadatmatattvena tu brahma tattvam deepopameneha yuktah prapashyet ajam dhruvam sarva tattvair vishuddham jnatva devam muchyate sarva pashaih. Again, yadatmatattvena tu brahma tattvam deepopameneha yuktah prapashyet अजं ध्रुवं सर्वतत्त्वैर्विशुद्धं ज्ञात्वा देवं मुच्यते सर्वपाशैः यदात्मतत्त्वेन तु ब्रह्मतत्त्वं दीपोपमेनेह युक्तः प्रपश्येत् अजं ध्रुवं सर्वतत्त्वैर्विशुद्धं ज्ञात्वा देवं मुच्यते सर्वपाशैः. Lot of things in it. Very nice explanation. So yada, when Atma Tattvena Brahma Tattvam, the self alone is the self of all that we discovered, and the self is what? Deepa Upamena. It is like a fully blazing, glowing lamp. Yukta Prapashet, and the self, which is Brahman, which is like the lamp, Ajam, birthless, Dhruvam, stationary and stable, Sarva Tattvair Vishuddham, freed from all the impurities, so Gnatva. In this way, the Atma Tattva has to be known. Then, Gnatva Devam, Sarva Pasha Himuchyate. He'll be having no more Pasha. So, earlier Vita Shoka Kaha, Yaha Pasha Kaha. Pasha means our attachments. So many things, they are the cause of shock, isn't it? So this way, when the self is realized, which is ever there, is only question of our realizing. When that is realized, all the ignorance pashas, ignorant pasha or the bondages born out of the ignorance, they go away. When they go away, what's said in the earlier shloka? Pita shoka, kritartaha bhavate. It will happen. So, what is the meaning of each of this? We will see tomorrow. Om, 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 ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स, जय हिंद फॉर गीता. या थोड़ा टाइम आज लगेगा. लगन दो.